Uh-oh. All right, man. We got a bunch of crap to get to. We're already running late, so let's just hurry up and get to it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Intro music.
Bam. All right. So, Raj, we barely survived last night.
Oh, thank goodness.
And now we got to get on to NFL. But you had one specific question you wanted to talk about before we talked to NFL.
Yeah, the game tying, I think it was a 97-yard drive last night. Does that overcome the kick six, or is the kick six still a better play?
So the kick six
it was a play versus a drive. So
the kick six was a game ender.
Correct.
And it sent them to the SEC championship.
Right.
So, and ultimately sent them to the national championship, but they lost to Florida State.
Yeah.
So the kick six, especially if you're an Auburn person, will probably still always be more legendary.
Right.
But we were horrible that whole game on offense.
Right.
And we basically had one shot. And Jordan Battle getting Tate Bixby out of bounds on what was that, second down?
That was so crucial.
Maybe the play of the game, because that gave you 40 extra seconds without having to burn that timeout. So,
right.
I mean, everything just kind of came together. The throw was amazing for the touchdown. The Brooks catch was amazing. I mean,
that was a hard catch. It was like over his right shoulder. He just barely caught it and almost juggled it a little bit, but held on to it. Goodness.
But go back, Billingsley, who hasn't had a catch all day, catches one on 4th and 7 to get you in the drive. You know, of course, Mechie with a couple big catches on that drive too. So, I mean, everything came together. So for Bama fans, we're like, can we stop hearing the kick six? Yeah. Auburn will probably try to live on with that one forever. And it will always be iconic because they won the game on that play. But this is more recent. And it was at Auburn.
Yeah, it's so hey, I just think theirs was so much more dramatic because of the way it ended. And it was just Bama fans, including myself, were just in complete and total shock at that one moment of the game, because once he got the ball, he just ran to the left side. There was nobody on that side, and we're like,
all right, enough talking about it, Roger. You're bringing up bad memories, and I'm going to start crying. I'm happy this morning. I'm glad that we won despite playing like total crap for most of the game. So I was drinking a lot of milk last night. Let's just.
Me too. I had some good milk. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So really, you went to Applebee's to get milk, right?
I went to Applebee's. I think at halftime or the third quarter, I forget. And I couldn't take. I could not watch anymore. So. Of course, I went to Applebee's and asked them to change the channel to the game. So I watched the game. I couldn't not watch the game. That's the thing.
Right.
So,
I understand.
But maybe that was a sign of good luck, is going to Applebee's whenever things are going downhill. So
I guess so. Well, Applebee's, when they start sponsoring us, they'll really appreciate the shout out. So okay. All right, let's get on to some quick NFL. I'm just not emotionally involved in these games, and some of them have started, so we're gonna try and get through them real quick. The games that have already started, we won't give you the scores, but Steelers-Bengals was first. I'd probably pick the Bengals because they were at home. I never know what happened with the Steelers.
I think the Bengals would too. I think their offense is a little better than Pittsburgh this year. So Pittsburgh's also a little banged up. So I'm going to go with the Bengals anyway.
Yep. Jets and Texans. I mean, I honestly don't care. You want to just move on?
Nobody. Let's skip this game.
Okay. Bucks and Colts. I mean, if you were in Houston and somebody gave you free tickets, would you go?
Honestly, probably would if there were free tickets. Just for the experience, and if I had nothing else to do, I would go to a game.
Yeah, but I'd look at the tickets and be like, "Where are these at? Upper deck." Oh no!
I need free 50-yard line tickets.
Yeah, basically, that's what I'm hoping for. Might even let you coach for real. Bucks and Colts. That's an interesting game. Colts are probably better than their 6-5 record, and I know you've got Taylor out there, so you're wanting to have a good game. Bucks have not been playing as great as they were of late. I don't know. I feel like the Bucks should win this one. The line being only at 3 gives me pause.
I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah.
I picked the Buccaneers in this game. I think Tom Brady is going to bounce back and have a good game.
I think the Colts will probably lead this for most of the game, and the Bucks will find a way to win at the end.
Gotcha. But like you mentioned earlier, I do hope Jonathan Taylor has a big game for fantasy reasons. So
yes, there we go. It's nice to know that Jonathan Taylor is involved in your fantasies.
Yes.
All right. So Falcons and Jaguars. So the Panthers and Dolphins, your new number 2 team. I'm only going to mention this game because you're a Dolphins fan. Otherwise, I don't know the name. All right. It's a 5-16 versus 4-17.
Right. Okay. And we got Tua. We got Jalen Waddle. We got Coach Brian Flores. We got some pretty cheerleaders. we got this game. We don't have this game in the bag, but I'm gonna go.
That was fast.
I'm gonna go with my Miami Dolphins.
We'll go with Dolphins just because. Titans and Patriots. Everybody who's skillful for the Titans is hurt. The Patriots have to win this one. I just like no AJ Brown, no Julio, no Henry, no whoever Henry's backup was. Like
Sean Evans is out.
Yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 other. There's like 7 or 8 players total that are out for Tennessee, and then Tannehill's probably gonna throw another 1 or 2 interceptions today. I'm gonna go with New England and Mac Jones.
Yeah, that's not even fair. But Eagles over the Giants.
Eagles. Yeah. We're going with Jalen and Devontae.
Go Jalen and Devontae. Yeah. For the next selected games, Chargers and Broncos. I like the Chargers in this one. Broncos tough at home, I guess, and maybe I hope Ted Bridgewater has a good game, but Chargers kind of one of those teams I low-key root for. I'd like to see them do well. I'd like to see them unseat Kansas City. So I'm going with Chargers.
I think Justin Herbert is probably going to mimic his performance from last week and take the Chargers over the Broncos, but it's going to be a very close game.
Yep. Rams and Packers. I'm probably going to take the Packers at home. Stafford a little banged up. The Rams are not the juggernaut that many thought they were this year, even though they are still 7-3. I think the Packers get this one at home.
I think I'm going to go ahead and pick the Rams. I'm going to go opposite of you and pick the Rams in this game. I think Stafford's going to have a pretty good game. I'm interested in Aaron Rodgers plays with his, was it something like that or something?
I think they're calling it a COVID toe.
something like that. So I'm interested to see how mobile he is with that toe issue. So I'm going to go with the Rams. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers that we currently know him as. So I think he's going to have a rough day, especially with that Rams defense. Aaron Donald is a monster.
I never mind watching the Packers lose. Vikings and the 49ers. I mean, okay.
I'm going with the Vikings.
Yeah, I'll go with the Vikings with the upset on the road. I didn't realize the 49ers would be favored. So. And then the night game, the Browns and the Ravens. I have no idea what to make of this game. This could be a fun game to watch. Ravens, though, probably I don't know. I'm going with the Ravens at home, but I don't really know what to expect from the Browns at this point. Baker Mayfield's still banged up, and they still have to decide if they're giving him a big contract or not, right?
Yeah, I think – I don't know. I can see this game going either way, but I'm also going to go with Baltimore simply because they're at home, and I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a pretty good day.
That last game I think wasn't by him.
About Cleveland. Before the season started, I thought Cleveland was going to be a definite 10-win team, to be honest with you. I don't know if they're going to get there this season. They still have about 6 more games to play, so we'll see, but I don't know.
Yeah. Very, very tough team to figure out.
And then an ugly Monday night game.
I haven't even scrolled over. What's the Monday night game?
Seahawks versus the Redskins.
They're not the Redskins anymore, Raj. It's so insensitive.
Football team. My mistake.
This is one of those nights where, like, Brittany will be like, hey, do you want to watch something together? And I'll go, well, there is a Monday night football game on, but for you, I'll do it just so I can get brownie points.
Right.
Because we both know I don't care anything about this game.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm going to go with Washington just for the sake of discussion. I really don't care. Washington's at home. The line is even, so I'll just take the Washington football team.
Wow. You seem like somebody's forcing you, like somebody's off camera at gunpoint, and they're like, do this.
No, nobody's doing that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to hear then.
Yeah.
Well, that was a quick slate coverage of the NFL this week. I guess we didn't get to cover the Lions because of a Hoda. Oh, no, we did pick them. We did do an NFL thing.
We did pick the Lions. We both did, yeah.
And they
shout out to Hoda for Michigan beating Ohio State.
Big win.
Hold up.
Now Michigan is an Iowa win away from being in the playoff.
I did not see that coming this year, to be honest. I thought Ohio State was a lock. But that would be pretty big for Michigan. I think they can beat Iowa and get in there. So and it's going to be very interesting to see the new top 25 on Tuesday.
Yeah. Now, if Georgia wins the SEC championship game, one of my predictions before the season, I said I thought it was going to be crazy in the playoffs. You could have a Georgia, Michigan, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati playoff.
Yeah, that's what it's turning out to be. That's big thing is if Georgia wins. I mean, if Alabama wins, then you're going to have Alabama. In my opinion, I think Alabama is going to take the number 1 spot, and Georgia's still going to make it in.
Even if Alabama beats Georgia, I wouldn't put them at number 1. Georgia's been way more consistent all year. So you
wouldn't put Alabama at 1?
Nah.
Yeah. I think Michigan might get it. I mean, I could see Alabama taking the number 1 spot because they beat an undefeated team, but I could also see Michigan jumping up there. I can't see Cincinnati at number 1. I don't think.
No, that's not going to happen. Cincinnati's like, okay. Now, if Alabama does beat Georgia, one of those other teams, and Oklahoma State wins, Cincinnati wins, and Michigan wins, somebody's feelings are about to get hurt.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a talk for the end of the week. Let's go ahead and enjoy this NFL slate. Rod, you want to take us home? 3, 2, 1.
Outro music.
Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.